probably going to need it. I do too. I have 7 o'clock, so I will call this meeting to order. Miss Virginia, if you'd like to do our prayer for us. Thank you.
Let us stand. Our dear Heavenly Father, we just want to praise your name and thank you for who you are. Thank you for this country. Lord, at this time, we're going to the business meeting in Hartselle, Alabama, and we just would like to ask you to be with us and lead us and guide us. Thank you for these ball teams that are here and what they represent, and Lord, how they represent the city here. Be with us as we're making decisions tonight. These things we ask in thy name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Madam Mayor.
Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Got motorcycles going through the council meeting. The door open. Thank you, sir. All right, roll call, please.
Council President Gill.
Here.
Councilmember Baker. Councilmember Yeager.
Here.
Councilmember Alexander.
Here.
Councilmember Swafford.
Here.
Mayor Evans.
Here.
City Attorney Larry Madison.
Here.
Have a quorum.
Awesome. We have a full house tonight, so it seems like we're doing something. I don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Mayor, if you'd like to do the proclamation to honor the baseball team and then the softball team.
Yes. It is my honor to acknowledge and to take a moment just to make a proclamation in your honor. And I'm going to read that out to you, but thank you for this great showing of our athletes. And you all do more than just play on the field. You give our community a great reputation, and you just continue to extend the values that we have come to know and love, and the standard of excellence that our community really cherishes. So thank you all. So I'm going to start out by reading a proclamation for our Hartselle High School baseball team. And if they're present, I'd love to ask them to come forward and give each of these. I am the one who's reading it and extending it, but this is really done on behalf of our entire council. Whereas the 2026 Hartselle High School Tigers baseball team earned the Alabama High School Athletics Association Class 6A state championship, bringing home the program's 11th state baseball title and its second consecutive state championship. And whereas through dedication, discipline, teamwork, and perseverance, these student athletes, coaches, and support staff represented Hartselle with excellence both on and off the field. And whereas their achievements have brought statewide recognition to Hartselle High School and have further strengthened the proud tradition of excellence associated with the city of Hartselle. And whereas the accomplishments of this championship team contribute to the outstanding reputation of our community and serve as an inspiration to future generations of student athletes, now therefore be it proclaimed that the mayor and city council of the city of Hartselle, Alabama, do hereby extend their sincere congratulations and appreciation to the 2026 Hartselle High School baseball team for its remarkable season and state championship achievement, and commend these young men for their pride and distinction they have brought to our city. Proclaimed this 28th day of July, 2026. So if any of you are present, I'm going to extend this.
Can we get a picture of the mayor and then?
No.
Yeah. Hey, Mayor,
Yes.
y'all take a picture together and then we'll stand behind y'all and take
Yeah.
a picture.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. One, two, three. Let's scoot this way and get council behind y'all.
Okay.
Scoot this way so that you're not cut off.
Right here?
Perfect.
Do we not need the AD in this picture? Yeah, come on.
Okay, great. Everyone look at me. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Great. Thank you guys.
Thank y'all.
If you need more, let me know. Thank you. Thank you.
And equally so, we want to recognize our softball ladies and their run for the championship as well. And in the same manner, recognizing the 2026 Hartselle High School softball team, whereas the 2026 Hartselle High School Ladies Tigers softball team demonstrated exceptional determination, sportsmanship, and competitive excellence throughout an outstanding season that culminated in a strong run in the Alabama High School Athletic Association Class 6A state tournament. And whereas these student athletes, together with their coaches and support staff, displayed resilience, teamwork, and character while representing Hartselle with honor and distinction. And whereas their success on the field reflects the commitment to excellence found throughout the city, Hartselle City Schools and our community. And whereas the accomplishments of the Lady Tigers have brought positive recognition to the city of Hartselle and have contributed to the strong reputation our community enjoys across the state of Alabama, now therefore be it proclaimed that the mayor and the City Council of the City of Hartselle, Alabama do hereby congratulate the 2026 Hartselle High School softball team for an outstanding season and championship tournament run and commend these young women for serving as positive ambassadors of our city. Proclaim this 28th day of July, 2026.
City Council, do you want to go ahead and behind them?
Mr. Avery.
Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Nobody's face was hidden. I could see everyone good.
All right.
And as we're
Absolutely. I just wanted to say the baseball and softball both, man. Y'all are fun to watch compete. Y'all always play hard, and y'all do the town proud. So we really appreciate y'all. And if you don't have anything else, oh yeah, Dr. Sutherland.
That's going to be Coach Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7.
Yes. Is Dr. Sutherland here?
No, it'll be Coach Miles. Mhm.
Okay. Coach Miles, you have a presentation?
I'm not Dr.
No.
I'm Jake Miles at the Hartselle High School, and we're so blessed to work with the city, and we're kind of, have that relationship and that partnership with Hartselle City Schools and the Park and Rec Department and all of Hartselle City, and it's a relationship that we really depend on each other a lot, especially when it comes to springtime facilities. And so we're super thankful of the job that Mr. Byron Faulkner does. It's unbelievable the job he does, and does it behind the scenes when nobody's looking. So Mr. Byron, if you'll come on up. I know you don't like this right here. We had several different situations throughout the last few years, and Byron's always stepped up and really helped us out tremendously. Famous quote from Byron is, he'll say, "How's the field playing?" Which, if you have ever worked with anybody, it's not how it looks, it's how it actually plays. And Byron says that all the time. And then when we say it's playing good, he says, "Good." Well, then if you make an error, it's your fault. But he does a great job and stepped up. And if you ever looked at that field in those semifinals and games, and when we had our area tournament and all the things that were going on at the girls softball and the baseball field, it's a show place. And we're very thankful for him. So Our coaches both have, Byron, some office gear and also for your staff that helped out. I know baseball
Nice.
and softball both have some things for you. And so we're very appreciative of what you do.
I said, I think you can only get this on the field.
That's right. That's right. So, Coach, if you'll come on up here and we'll take a picture with Mr. Byron, if you don't mind.
Got it.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Coach Hall, Coach Phillips, thank y'all for bringing me through. All right. So I know nobody wants to stay around for a meeting, so if y'all would like to evacuate the premises.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
this is a little off the agenda, but I wanted to take a quick moment while we're focusing on sports. And first of all, I just want to commend Byron and the maintenance team and just the incredible personal commitment that they make to what they do. It's very evident. He has given so much to the long-term growth of our park, and I just really want to publicly acknowledge him. So thank you. Also, you play a very vital role in the relationship that we enjoy with our schools, and no community is better than their schools. And we, our success rises and falls on the success of our schools. So we know that, and we are so thankful for the strong partnership that we have with our schools, and we want to continue that. And to that end, I want to introduce Yolanda Santana. If you would like to stand for a moment, Yolanda, she is our new general manager for Sparkman Park, and we are really looking forward to getting to know her. And she has 11 years experience in Park and Rec and has just recently come here serving with the city of Starkville, Mississippi, and just has some incredible experience to lend to us. And I know it's going to be a great new season working with her as well. So thank you.
Thanks.
And all this stuff looks
All right. Well, again, if y'all would like to leave before we start the meeting, we certainly will let y'all get out so y'all don't have to sit through unless y'all just want some social studies, civic lesson. We'd be glad for you to stay. Thank y'all, though.
Nobody wants to see government in action?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anyone had a chance to look at the minutes of the work session from July 14th, 2026? And if you have, I'll ask for a motion to approve those.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There is none. Number 9, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting on July 14th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There is none. All right. Unfinished business. Item number 10, this will have a public hearing. Ordinance 1656, amend R2 and R3 zoning permitted uses. Jeremy?
Yes, this was introduced at the previous meeting. This is a zoning ordinance amendment for the R2 and R3 zones. Many years ago, there was a provision added in there to promote infill development in R2 and R3 single-family zones. That allowed for, on appeal to the BZA, patio home or townhouse lots to be developed in the R2 or by right for them to be developed in the R3 without having to rezone to patio home or to townhouse. Since then, of course, we've got a moratorium on density right now as well, but also there's less of an issue from a market standpoint to try and promote infill. So this would take that out. They would have to, developer would actually have to rezone to R4 or R5 in order to benefit from those lot sizes and standards. This would not preclude someone from getting a variance if they have a hardship, a legitimate hardship, and apply the board zoning adjustment. But otherwise, it would remove those exceptions. And this was recommended by Planning Commission as well, 4-0, 1 abstention.
All right. I'll just, do we need to do the public hearing first, or can we discuss first?
You do the public hearing first.
All right. I'll open the floor for a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this issue, please come and state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
My name is Tim Taylor. I live at 1603 Crown Point Drive. I own probably the largest piece of R3 property in Hartselle in a single parcel. We have owned that property since 2022. What I'm asking the city for is that the process, and the expense that's already been incurred in that project for me would be grandfathered or allowed to be considered in that history. So what I would like is that consideration. We purchased the property in 2022, land cleared in 2023. We received our first building permit in 2024, constructed a home in 2025. We received the CO. 2026, Hartselle Utilities installed gas. 2025, we also moved a phase of electricity with Joe Wheeler onto the property so that we would have full access. We have sewer, we have 6-inch water main, we have electricity in 2 phases on the property now. That's all been improvements done during that time. I'm not a large developer. It takes me time. I'm a pastor. So we can't move as quickly as somebody that has $10 million worth of equipment on their property, but we have substantial. We have an over $600,000 investment at this point and about to erect another home there on an adjacent lot. I asked the project be considered as others as being in process. I asked that you consider that, as Jeremy stated, you're changing my zoning. As is, I'm R3. You're changing my zoning. And I have the ability right now to build in R5. I have a home existing on the property that's built right now to the setbacks of R5. So I would like to go continue my project working in R5. That's what I'm asking. A variance later is not what I bought back in 2022. Yeah. Our use is for group homes, and our group homes take care of disabled folks. And I have a lot of them here today, and I very much appreciate them. So just understand what we're trying to do is not increase the number of students that are going into the Hartselle City School System. We're trying to take care of folks that are disabled. Hartselle right now receives a lot of revenue from alcohol sales and that sort of thing. And we believe that we've got other issues that we've got to address. And there's opportunity. There's great opportunity for the city. The city of Decatur just received over $100,000 in grant money to be used to help this sort of client. So I ask for your consideration there, and I ask for you to put me in that group that can continue to do this good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to speak? Oh. Need a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? There is none. The public hearing is closed. All right, sir. So can you elaborate on what Mr. Taylor was talking about?
The layout approval was granted by the Planning Commission for a 55 lot R5 development within the R3 zone in November of 22.
Okay.
It was approved on condition of rezoning, either rezoning the entirety of the development to R5 or the what was then considered to be a common lot, a larger lot, to R2. There were no applications filed for rezoning, and really since that time, no action as far as the middles go have been taken through the city on that project. He does have one house built where the common, the clubhouse type lot was originally conceived to be. That's just one lot on what is the large parcel now. The second one is on an unrelated adjacent lot that's not really part of this project. So that's basically where we're at on the layout. It does have narrower lots than what R5 permits now. Since 2022, I'd have to look and tell you exactly if that was late 24 or early 25. There was an R5 amendment that increased the minimum width to 55 feet. I don't think there are any 50, or very few, maybe a couple of 55ers in this one, but the bulk of them are in the 48, 50, 51 realm, so they would fall under that current zoning standard for the R5.
Okay. So the plans that were drawn don't follow the R5?
They don't meet the current standard on R5, that's right.
Okay. All right, any discussion?
At some point, they met something.
They met the R5 standard in '22, yes.
What is the plans that you were submitted previously were for it
They were
R5 development?
R5 development within the R3 zone, which the current zoning prior to this amendment we're talking about allows.
Right.
Was that an actual site plan?
It's a layout plan.
Just a layout plan?
layout
So it
plan.
did not come to the planning commission for site plan approval?
It was approved by the planning commission for layout only, not engineering. We've not seen full engineering yet on it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask some questions for Mr. Taylor. I'm gonna let him take the floor again. Sorry, is this okay with meeting format? I just got a couple of questions. So what is your current plan, like timeline plan, and what do you want
So
to
we
do?
have, so like Jeremy said, we haven't gotten engineering, we're 90% complete. I have drawings that actually are saying 90% complete for full engineering for that sort of thing. We're having to comply with 55-foot wide, although when we purchased the property, it was a 50-foot wide. It was actually 45 at that time. So we drew them at 50, believing that we were, larger. Right now on the city public site for the ordinance post, I couldn't find that it had gone to the 55. That may just be something that I couldn't find, but as it's posted on the mini code, it still says 50, or still says 45.
It takes them a while to update that. We codify it every couple of years.
Yeah, so, as we're operating, what's published by the city, we're operating with, we're 5 feet wider than what's posted to us. So, engineering, we definitely come across that, and we're happy to work with the city, and we have no problem with that. We just can't lose 40% of our property, and that's what going from R5 to R3 would do. It would effectively increase the space per lot by 40%.
I have one more question. Are you just building a residential neighborhood?
It is. It's
Okay.
a residential neighborhood
Okay.
But with the intent for group homes?
with the intent for group homes and with the intent for retirement community homes as well.
What is, I may be ignorant of this. What is a group home? Explain that to me.
A group home is for disabled residents. So we have residents right now that are in a group home. And that's a place where they can live and they can receive the type of care or the type of encouragement that they need. Right now, we have a peer home. And so a peer home is a group home that they work and live together. They help one another, and we see fantastic results. And I'm very proud of what we're seeing happen there. We've been really, really blessed. So that's great and fantastic. We want to see it continue.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
Absolutely.
Is a group home currently allowed in R3, R5?
Well, that gets into a little bit of the legality.
Yeah, that's gonna take some
Larry
time.
Farr. We
We're
have
working on that now.
prohibitions in our ordinance that are not in keeping with what federal courts are currently telling us we need to do. So there need to be some updates with regard to that, but Larry can speak.
We're working on that now.
Okay. Does updating that need to be done in conjunction with this, or is this?
No,
No. So this doesn't
No,
have an
this
effect
is-
on that.
no, this is a whole different matter here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure what you're asking me, but
I guess I'm asking, if we granted this development, there couldn't be technically group home therapies if it wasn't like a B1 or something, I guess, is what I'm asking. Like if they're doing like a treatment center.
it's not what I understand. I understand it more like sober living, something like that.
Okay.
Under federal law, a group of addicts is a family.
Yeah.
And so you have to treat them the same as you do any other family.
Gotcha.
So we do have some things in the works about restrictions on some certain things that, but that's not really the question here. The question here is whether or not you let him sit on his rights for 5 years or 4 years and then come up here now and complain about it. He was given a conditional approval for a layout plan only. And then he was told that he had to apply for, the conditions were that he would apply for and get the property rezoned to one of two things. Since that time, we have made changes in the zoning ordinance, which apparently are not going to be to his liking. So what you're doing is you're telling everybody else that has had to comply with the new ones, don't worry about it or do worry about it because you're not getting the same privilege he gets.
Gotcha.
So that's my opinion. You can do what you like,
Yeah.
but,
Where I'm stuck is he had a plan, went through some process, moved along with it, didn't need to come to the city for the next parts of the plan, right?
they had
So
to.
he's
No, that's wrong. You had to come to a city for that.
no,
Went to the
not
planning
to
commission.
run the, I'm telling the other pieces that he's completed. He did not have to come here to
Oh, okay.
run utilities.
Right.
So he continued on his path. He met with us. We approved something. He continued on that path. Now, that path did not require him to come back and check in with us, right? Until at some point the engineering piece comes along.
Depends on
So
what
I
you're
feel
talking
like
about.
he has done what he said he was gonna do, right? Let's take group homes out of it. We're the one changes something, but it affects what he's done based on what was already existing. So it's almost like, it feels like we're yanking the rug out from
I
under.
disagree with you, and the reason I disagree is because he never applied for what he was supposed to apply for to get what he wanted, he just went on without it. To me, if you charge for it without doing what you're required to do, you do it at your own peril. But I'm just telling you that it's gonna open a can of worms for other developers, but you do what you wanna do, it's your call, I don't care one way or the other, it's not gonna affect me one way or the other. But I'm telling you from a legal perspective, he didn't do what he was supposed to do, despite what you're saying, he did not. And,
Well, I'm not saying he did or he didn't, I'm
You're-
saying he
you're gonna
did
open-
stuff
you're gonna
based
open-
on what he said he was gonna
he
do.
did, but he didn't come forward and say, and even bother to go ahead and do the rezoning. You can't put the cart before the horse, and he did that. That's just like me saying, if I go down and get a condition, what if I went down and got a conditional approval for my house? And, in the meantime, because I didn't do what I was told to do, the thing changes for the size house I can build. It's not my fault. It's not the city's fault. I mean, it's his fault. It's my fault. Same sort of thing. But that's your call. As I said, but I don't know, Jeremy will know better than I do, but you may be opening a can of worms with some other developers. They're gonna come in and say the same thing on this moratorium you've got in place. Well, I was in the works too. I was doing this, and now you pull the rug out from underneath. So you may be opening a can of worms you don't want to open. But that's up to you. That's how I feel about it. I mean, that's the legal advice I can give you.
Any other questions? Discussion, you have any questions?
I'm kind of like him, but then when Larry speaks, I'm like, oh, so I'm just kind of, I'm questioning everything now. I'm just
I
like, what
don't
is
have a vote,
happening?
but I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
In the sense of, this particular ordinance, what provision do we have to make right now to offer a grandfather? I mean, wouldn't that be something that still needs to go before the planning commission or the?
That would be a significant change. It'd have to go back before planning commission again, yeah.
So this has been a published change?
Yes.
Okay, so if we make it conditional on he has 3 months to rezone, is that something that has to be republished?
I'm not sure what you're trying to do. I mean, as far as, you either have to adopt the ordinance or not. You can put it, I mean, I don't think you can, to put a grandfather thing in here, or even a conditional use, you're gonna have to go back to the drawing board.
You gotta go back
It's
to
a substantial
republish.
change, right, yeah. And I'm not saying don't do that, I'm just saying but you asked the question, that's what you have to do, yes.
Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, because that's not what's on the table. We're here to, you all are here to approve an ordinance. And he has a special situation, but are we gonna rewrite the ordinance to accommodate, because it has to be one for all?
Right.
Well, we had a special consideration at the last meeting on the enclosed container.
Right.
And I think we came to a good resolution to that, so I don't,
Is there a way to deal with one special consideration and not republish this ordinance?
No, we had to do the same thing with the other one. Anytime you have a substantial change in what you've advertised, you have to re-advertise. And this would be a substantial change.
Gotcha.
And all that does is add whatever the advertising period is before then you have to have another public hearing, of course. And that would be what, a month from now? Couldn't get it in before next meeting.
No, probably 3 meetings.
Would you say there's any other currently conditionally approved layouts that could also be affected by this change. So are there any other developments that you could think of that could come back?
Additionally approved.
Well, had the same as we did. We approved the layout, and it was the layout approval conditional on
Conditional on rezoning.
rezoning to R5? Okay.
I'm not pulling up one mentally that's conditional on a rezoning.
Is there a
may be
legal
conditions that, other than that?
time period where a conditional approval is giving, where it is, I have to keep my tax returns, what, 7 years? I mean,
No, it's not 7 years.
there's not a precedent of,
There's a theory in the law called laches, L-A-C-H-E-S. And what it says, if you sit on your rights, you lose them.
okay,
And that's basically what it's done here.
gotcha.
But again, you have the power to change that if you want to.
I know, I'm just,
Well, and let me just make my position clear. I have no problem in the world passing this ordinance. I think it's right to move forward. My problem is, why immediately at this moment? Like, I feel like, because a lot of times we have unintended consequences. You walk us through this thing, they seem like, hey, that's great, moving forward. Well, then all of a sudden you get presented with a shipping container, right? Or where it just actually affects people, and you're like, well, all right, let's pause, or, audible. And I feel like that's where we're sitting now is, let's pause, sort that out, however, and then come back, and because I do feel the ordinance is correct for Hartselle long term, but we're getting something caught up into it. Let's pause it, figure that out, come back to it.
The other problem you've got is he doesn't even meet the standards was in place. How long ago was that adopted? For the
That's a
other
24 or 25 amendment, I'm not sure which.
That's the other problem.
I got one other question. If we table and don't change, we can then approve at the next meeting without republishing.
That's correct.
We just have to do another public hearing?
No, you wouldn't even have to have another public hearing if you table it for consideration, but you could have another one if you chose to.
Okay, and then here's my position. Being on the planning commission, it kind of makes sense to me now. That's why I had to go through it. They conditionally improved a layout the condition was changing to R5, and it's 4 years ago. So like, if we conditionally approved something in this is an extreme example, 1965, would we still be liable for the condition that we put on that layout is what I'm getting at. So how long are we held to,
The only,
because that would have been a really not hard.
Yeah, I think the best practice would be, let's start putting bookends on conditional things. But
Yeah.
that's for a different day.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want to discuss the current way it is, I'm good with tabling that. I'm also good with going ahead and voting on this. So I need someone to make a motion to table if they would like to. Otherwise, we're going to call for a vote.
I motion the table.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There's none. All right.
now, Jeremy and I are both gonna have a question for you.
Yep.
All right, since the plant that was conditionally approved that he never followed through on, since that time, the requirements for that particular approval have changed, have they not, Jeremy?
R5 width is 55 now.
You've got a lower lot, so if you're gonna do anything, you have to do something about that as well. Okay, just remind you.
All right, so the two things, are we going to honor a conditional layout approval from 2022? And then are we going to require a change, if we do that, are we going to require a change to the new 55-foot lot width requirements?
Right, or leave it where it was then.
Yep. Yep, all right.
That's it.
Look, you got that written down, Rita, because I'm,
Yeah, I'll get to me tomorrow.
I'll get it for you.
all right,
Me and
thank
Jeremy
you.
will figure that out.
All right. Item number 11, ordinance 1659, amendment to shipping container ordinance.
This is the commercial shipping container, container ordinance regarding long-term storage use. In residential zones, that is already prohibited. You can use them for temporary moving purposes, construction work, that sort of thing, but not for permanent storage. We don't currently have a prohibition in business zones as long as it is behind the rear wall plane of the building. It doesn't say that it can't be visible. This has to be basically in the backyard of the business's building. This amendment would change that to a maximum of 1 for long-term storage if approved by the Board of Zoning Adjustment. Board of Zoning Adjustment would apply certain criteria, accessibility standards, aesthetic standards, and also it would require, as the Planning Commission requested amendment last week, it would require screening of the shipping container if it's visible from a functionally classified roadway, so 36, 31, several of our collector streets around here. And in other cases, that's deemed necessary. So if they saw a situation where it was going to be really highly visible and potentially an aesthetic concern, they could require it to be screened with a vinyl or masonry enclosure, basically like you would have a dumpster enclosure. This also makes a change. The only change it makes in the residential portion of the ordinance is with regard to enclosed trailers. If there's a enclosed trailer that is commercially branded or is 18 feet or more in length, it would have to be kept in the rear yard of the house behind a fence. Couldn't be kept in the driveway under this new version. But this is for introduction only. It would be removed from the table and introduced, and we would start advertising for a hearing that would likely fall first meeting in September.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a motion to remove from the table?
Motion to remove from the table.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And there is none. So it's removed from the table. So now, is it like we've already had a motion made? Or we still would have to get a motion?
You need a motion.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Okay. Have a second? Have a second? All right. Discussion or questions? Everybody good with the changes as listed? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There's none. So we're introduced. So next meeting, we will have a public hearing and,
I will start advertising. Well, there'll be a lag
okay,
because there's a waiting period there. So it'll probably be the first meeting in September.
perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you got another one.
Oh, you're not getting rid of me.
No. Ordinance 1660 rezoning at corner of Osley Bend Road and Osley Bend Drive from Ag 1 to R1.
Yep, this is a little over 6 acres, currently zoned agricultural. Owner wishes to divide that into 3 parcels. When he does that, they fall below the 5 acre minimum for agricultural, so he requested to rezone that to R1. That is in keeping with the comp plan, and the planning commission did recommend it 8-0 with 1 abstention.
Per Jeremy's explanation, do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions?
This is for hearing as well.
Oh, I gotta have a public hearing, never mind. I will declare a public hearing. Thank y'all. I even have glasses this time. If you would like to speak on this issue, please come up and give your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak on this issue. All right.
I've never had this opportunity before. I feel really honored. My name's Russ Gordon. I live at that property in 2521 Osley Bend Drive. I bought it in 2015. It was a hayfield, and before it was a hayfield, it had 3 chicken houses on it back in the last century. It was approximately 10 acres when I bought it. I sold 3 acres in January 2024 on the western ends to Michael Holyfield, and he's built a barn dominium type of thing on it with a really fine baseball batting cage inside it that I'm sure our championship baseball team has used. And now I have reached the increasing age and the decreasing energy level that I can't continue to farm. It's been a Christmas tree operation. I planted my first Christmas trees there in 2018, and we opened the farm in 2021 to the public to sell Christmas trees. And I just can't do the work anymore, so I just want to divide it up, sell it, and let people build houses on it. It's a wonderful neighborhood.
Awesome. Thanks, sir.
Consideration.
Yes, sir. Anyone else that'd like to speak on this? Not, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing.
All right. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. again, now I'll take a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor? Opposed? There is none. The ordinance passes. Moving on to new business, Resolution 260728, end of moratorium on temporary signs. Mr. Jeremy.
Yes, in December of 25, a temporary moratorium or freeze was placed on enforcement of the limit on the number of temporary signs on a property. Typically, you're not allowed by ordinance to have more than one on the ground, no more than one on the building. That was frozen temporarily because of the election that was underway. Most of the signs that folks are putting up, I mean, we have a dozen or more, like a popular corner property. So it wasn't in compliance with that. But since then, the primaries have ended, and most of those signs went away with it. We do still have, of course, an election in November, probably not going to be as highly contested or advertised sign-wise. So it's really the council's pleasure as to whether or not you all want to lift that now, take it back to what it was prior to that, so that code enforcement can enforce that rule in the ordinance as typical. Or of course you can hold off if you prefer, but this would release that so that it returns to the 1-in-1 maximum on temporary signs and banners.
All right. Per Jeremy's explanation, do I have a motion to lift that moratorium?
Can we make it to, lift it in December to go through this election? Can we do that instead of right now?
I think you could do that. It applies to everything though, so just keep in mind that a business that has feather banners in the meantime can have, as many as they want. There's not a check on that. But yes, you could certainly, unless Larry disagrees, you could time the lift.
You can.
Yeah.
I know there's one place on 31 that everybody in the world, right there, they're all gonna have their signs there right at the last minute for this election. If that fire.
What day is the election?
That's in the county too.
That would be in the county.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, it is
particular
in the county.
property is not
Yeah, it wasn't,
governed by
it's
us.
in the counties, yeah.
That wouldn't apply there.
I don't have a problem doing it right now, I was just picturing where,
You're just trying to
yeah, be fair.
be ahead of the problem.
Right, yeah, and that is in the county, but.
Do you know when the election is?
Second Tuesday in November, isn't that right?
First
Yeah.
Tuesday.
First Tuesday.
Yeah, but I just don't know what the day is.
But let us see.
Or can I just say the second Tuesday in November, the moratorium?
Hold on a second, I'll try to figure that out. I can figure out using the phone.
I mean, I could, I just didn't want to pick mine up.
I got it right here, just 1 second. All right, it is November the 3rd.
All right. Obviously, it'll take a week for them to pick them up, so would everybody be okay with November 10th? Lifting the moratorium. All right.
Larry, I need to, if we can revise the resolution that they're approving, or
Yeah,
approve it
somebody
subject to that
just needs
change.
to move to amend it to make it effective that date. There's no advertising on the resolution, so it's no problem.
All right.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion or question? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There is none. Resolution passes. Jeremy, man, you're popular.
The
Item
last
number
one.
14, Resolution 260728A.
This is a resolution that would authorize the mayor to execute contract documents and closing documents related to the purchase of 3.6 acres on Madison Street. This is Harts Utilities owned currently. It's directly across the street from Sparkman Park, and is one of the parcels involved by the future shared use path, walking, biking trail there. So has some potential benefit to the park facility. We have had not a formal appraisal, but a market assessment from a broker on this that has priced it at the number that Harts Utilities is asking. It's $100,000. That is a big enough property for 3 R1 lots if it were to be divided by someone to build houses. So, kind of compare it price wise for that. But that is what this resolution does. It authorizes the mayor to execute those documents if you are ready to move forward with it.
You've heard Jeremy's explanation. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? There is none. Resolution passes. Item number 15, we finally got somebody new. Thank you, Jeremy. Item number 15, consider professional services agreement with Pewright McAnally for engineering design services at Sparkman Park.
We'll go to the next one on this one.
We need to table that one. They're not gonna do that.
We're gonna table
sorry,
that
what?
and
Should they
make a
table it? They
revision
don't take it.
Well,
for next council meeting.
Yeah, need to table.
I'll have to table it still. I got to deal with it. Do I have a motion to table item number 15?
Motion to table.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There's none. All right, so we tabled item number 15. Item number 16, discuss budget transfer request from engineering department for TAP grant 2024 Bethel Street. Is that Bethel Road?
Yes,
Called Bethel Street.
that's
The project is named Bethel Street.
That was the name of the grant.
Yeah,
Yes.
utility relocations.
started that grant in '24.
All right,
So yeah, we are to the utility phase of this project, a little ahead of schedule. So the utility relocations as part of this grant project can be completed by the end of the fiscal year. So I'm requesting to pull $110,000 out of right-of-way for this project and put it into utility relocations. Most of that will go to Hartselle Utilities for some utility relocations.
okay. Heard Mr. Ben's explanation. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There is none. Thank you, sir. Consider budget transfer request from Police Department. Chief McDermott.
Yes, sir. It's kind of as I spoke earlier about the fuel cost and the prisoner lines. I'm requesting a transfer of $7,000 from workman's compensation to my vehicle maintenance. And then also I'm requesting a budget transfer of $23,000 from my salaries to my prisoner expense.
All right. You've heard the chief's explanation. Do I have a motion?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Budget transfer is approved. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Item number 18, approved quarterly safety award winners. Madam Mayor?
I'd like to present to the council for approval the Department Safety Award winners for this quarter. We have 4. They have all attended all safety meetings and have not had any accidents within the previous quarter. So first, each of them will receive a one-time $50 payment, and I need your approval to make this action. City Hall and the Library Department, Melissa Nichols. I don't know if she's present, but congratulations. Fire Department, Gabe Tucker. And Police Department, Luke Hogan. And Public Works, Colton Gibson. So well done, congratulations. Y'all need to make a motion on that.
All right, you've heard the mayor's explanation. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 19, wage study results presentation. Ms. Tiffany, this won't be a voting item. We're just going to get a presentation on what our wage study found.
Yes, and it's a lot of information, so I'm going to read, and I apologize in advance for that. Mayor, Council President, Council Members, Rita Leary. At the recommendation of the Mayor and Council, and as part of your continued focus on developing our workforce and ensuring employee compensation remains competitive, I have completed a review of our wage schedule. Assuming the proposed 3% cost of living adjustment with the budget, I believe the city's pay plan remains in a strong position. One of the reasons that Hartselle has avoided the wage compression is because the council has consistently approved the annual cost of living adjustments that reflect inflation and changes in the consumer price index, rather than allowing wages to fall behind and then recurring large market corrections. This is a proactive approach that has helped to keep our wages competitive. The benchmarking confirms that this approach is working. Compared to municipalities in our class, Hartselle's pay ranges are above the average in the vast majority of benchmark positions. Approximately 84% of the benchmark positions are above the market of our comparison municipalities. That tells me that our compensation philosophy is accomplishing exactly what it was intended to do, and it places us in a favorable position for recruiting and retaining quality employees. Our last formal salary market study was completed in 2022 using 2021 market data. While that study did provide the solid foundation, I have recently obtained a salary study that was completed this year for a comparable municipality. Their recent report provided current market data that I incorporated into the benchmarking. They based their wage increases on this in May to do their increases. It gives me confidence that our overall wage structure continues to be competitive. Looking at flat Alabama data, it's important to remember that Alabama is not one labor market. Hartselle competes directly in the Huntsville metropolitan area, where wages continue to increase because of rapid economic growth and strong demand for skilled workers. If we simply targeted the statewide average, we would actually be far below market for many of the employees that we're trying to recruit. Compensation is more about more than just wages alone, and this matters when you're comparing a municipality to a private company. The city offers very robust benefits package, including paying a larger share of employee health care costs than many municipalities and most employers. We cover 100% on employees with single coverage, health and dental, and 75% of family coverage, which is really outstanding. When you consider wages together with retirement, health care, paid leave, holidays, and job stability, Hartselle provides a very competitive total compensation package. Overall, I am confident with where our wages are today. I believe the 3% proposed COLA with the budget allows us to maintain that competitive position while continuing the responsible compensation philosophy that the council has supported for many years. So if I were to recommend future adjustments, they would not be broad changes across the entire pay plan. I would instead focus on a few positions that continue to present recruiting challenges, particularly park maintenance, public works maintenance, and public works equipment operators. These positions compete directly with the private construction industry, where employees holding Class A and B CDL licenses can often earn higher wages working in private industry. As our region continues to grow, these positions are likely to experience the greatest market pressures, and I recommend that we continue monitoring these closely. I appreciate your continued commitment to investing in the employees and asking questions related to the pay and compensation. Based on the data, I do believe that commitment has positioned us well with the proposed 3% COLA. I'm confident that we'll remain competitive in our market while continuing to be responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars.
All right. We do have some great employees. We appreciate you giving us that information. We do appreciate them very much. Y'all have any questions? No? Thank you, Ms. Tiffany.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So announcements. Madam Mayor?
I don't have any other than thank you all for your enthusiasm for being here tonight and caring so much about our community. And congratulations to our players. And that's it.
Awesome.
I can't think of anything. Just congratulations to softball and baseball.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Mike?
I don't have any.
Awesome. Ms. Virginia?
Just congratulations to softball and baseball.
Yep. Mr. Larry?
Same thing. It's amazing how well Hartselle does year after year. And I want to shout out to my little town of Faultville as well. They're perennial state champions in track and field and for their little school down there. So this whole area is to be commended for the commitment they make to youth sports. But I think that lays a great foundation for those kids in the future, those kids that get to participate in it. And I think it's a great thing.
I just did what everybody else said. So I don't have anything else. So comments from the audience, if you'd like to speak, come up, state your name and address. You have 3 minutes. All right, looks like we're good on that. So item number 22 would be adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Awesome. Let's go. Thank y'all.